Every year, dozens of Americans do what many of us believe is unthinkable: leave America for the Middle East to try and join ISIS. Now, Evan Koslof looked into a new report to find out who these people are and why they do it.
At the end of the day, regardless of what terrorist group they join, they're Americans like you and me. Most of them come from the same neighborhoods as we do. Some of them were playing pickup basketball on the same basketball courts that you did growing up.
That's Bennett Clifford, a research fellow at GW's program on extremism. We sat down with him to talk about this new report, which is the most comprehensive public study ever created. Listen to this. He says they found 64 people who left the country for Iraq or Syria to join a group like ISIS. So who are these people?
There's not a single profile. There are some common trends. They tend to be young with an average age of 27. About 90% of them are male. 70% of the individuals in our study were U.S. citizens or permanent residents at the time. The 3 states with the highest rates of recruitment were Minnesota, Virginia, and Ohio.
So that part definitely got my interest. Nearby Virginia has had 4 people defect overseas, and all of them were from Nova. That includes that high-profile case you might remember, Muhammad Qais.
Where are you from? United States.
He was the young man from Alexandria who joined ISIS in northern Iraq before being arrested by the Kurds and sent back here to face trial. Meanwhile, here's another statistic. The average jail sentence for someone going overseas to support a group like ISIS is just 10 years. And that's only if they're convicted. That's why Clifford says we need to reform these prisoners because they're going to be back in our society soon enough. Evan Koslof, WUSA 9.
All right, thanks, Evan. And the report showed that the bigger problem was actually not these defectors, but homegrown terrorists. They counted 22 jihadist attacks in the U.S. between 2011 and 2017, and not a single one was done by somebody who had traveled to these foreign countries.